Good morning, all you folks out there in YouTube land. Thrash Pondo here. And remember how I promised that I'd have more than one content post this week? Well, oh wait, it's Sunday. It's no longer last week. It's now this week. That is to say, this week is next week. So I've actually failed, and failed miserably, and failed categorically. And I beg forgiveness, but I'm going to actually make it up to you by actually starting this week off with two content posts, and you're probably going to guess how I'm doing it. Yes, a lot of you folks out there loved my new twist on the unknown song lyrics, as it were, where I actually pepper them with the misheard song lyric. So I decided to do another installment of that. So not only is the challenge in these posts to figure out what the unknown lyric is, what you do is you get the incorrect song lyric and have to reverse technology it back into the correct song lyric. I'm making it sound much more complicated than it is. So without further ado, but with further ado, before I do, you know the situation. I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to forward, I want you to backward, I want you to get this channel moving. At this point, I would just take cash donations now. But I'm not a shill, even for myself. It's shill and shill alike, as it were. So what I'm going to do is just basically say, yeah, please, folks, get the ball rolling, and I'll keep churning out more content. Now, when have you had a better offer than that? In any event, I shall read them to you, as always, in no particular order. Number 10. Queen once told us, and I quote, I challenge the mighty Titan and his stupid horse. I don't know why Freddie was being so mean to the horse. And anyway, did the Titan get the horse? I thought it was actually one of the Greek gods, specifically Poseidon. So I have a funny feeling about the actual line. So please tell me, what was Mr. Mercury saying instead of I challenge the mighty Titan and his stupid horse? Number 9. Eel, 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 eel. Eel or no eel? That's my new game show. The subject is blindfolded and has to opt whether or not to enter one of two tanks. One tank has a briefcase of $1 million, and the other is filled with flesh eating lampreys. Get it? Eel or no eel? Never mind. Back to the game. ELO once begged us to not bring him down. Bruce. Yes, the line was, don't bring me down, Bruce. I don't know who Bruce is and why he brought him down specifically. Was it Bruce Lee? Was it Bruce Dern? Was it Bruce the Shark from Jaws? I know great whites can bring me down, but something tells me that's not the actual line of the song. So please, out there, tell me, what was ELO specifically asking to not bring him down, Bruce? Number 8. The Bee Gees once sang a song about a four-letter woman. Now, I've had some difficult relationships in the past myself, actually, and may have used some off-color language, but I've never written an entire song where I refer to a lady as a four-letter woman. So please tell me what the Bee Gees were actually referring to in lieu of the misheard lyric, that is, four-letter woman. Moving on. Sam Cooke had a wonderful evening dancing the night away, dancing with the chicken slacks. Yes, what was Sam Cooke actually wearing with when he was dancing the night away? Because I don't know what chicken slacks are. I've heard of alligator shoes, even an alligator hat, but never a chicken slacks. So please tell me, what was Sam Cooke referring to in lieu of the chicken slacks? Moving on to number 6. Elton John once sat on the roof and kicked off Tomas. Now, I don't know who Tomas was. I don't know why I'm sorry, Sir Elton John had a grudge against him, but I sincerely doubt it was actually Tomas who got kicked off while Elton John was sitting on the roof. Could it have been Thomas Dolby? Maybe that's how he went blind. It wasn't from science, it was retinal damage from falling off a roof. But anyway, while Sir Elton John was sitting on the roof, what did he actually kick off? Ah, the Temptations. In referring to one of their fathers, informed us that when he died, all he left us was alone. And I'm like, well, that's not so bad. At least you were financially taken care of in his death. He took out a loan to at least pay for his final expenses, and yeah, something tells me it wasn't nearly so altruistic. So when the Temptations sang that when he died, all he left us was alone, please inform me what the family was actually left with. Number four, Green Day once told us, sometimes I wish a polar bear will find me. Now, this one was kind of a noggin scratcher. I mean, is this some Nasilic tradition? Are polar bears spirit animals? When you consign yourself to the next level of the hereafter, is it the polar bear that is supposed to take you to it? I don't think so. So, what was Green Day actually referring to other than sometimes I wish a polar bear will find me? And moving on to number three, Paul Simon decided to share with us at one point that he was, in fact, a constipated man. Ew. TMI, Mr. Simon, TMI. So, tell you what, perhaps it was not a constipated man he was referring to himself as. So, what was Paul Simon claiming to be when he said he was a constipated man, as opposed to an illustrated man? But oh, number two, and Bob Dylan told us that to all the black folks he was. Yeah, yeah, nope, I'm not doing that one. There's nothing misheard about that song lyric. We all know what he said. Great song, but kind of a cringy line. So I'm just going to move on to. Oh, I have an alternate number two. And this one is from the Cranberries. And the Cranberries informed us that starvation is free. It is? Well, it certainly cuts down on food cost. Yes, starvation is free. So, what were the Cranberries actually saying in lieu of starvation, starvation, starvation is free? And speaking of the Cranberries, John Lennon once closed a brilliant Beatles number with the cryptic line cranberry sauce. Now, I don't know if it was around Thanksgiving and he was already thinking of the feast and the trimmings. And do they eat turkey and cranberry sauce in England? I don't know. Maybe he was residing in America at the time. But tell you what, why don't you folks tell me what was Mr. Lennon actually closing that song with when he said cranberry sauce? Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. I will be back in a few minutes with the answers. But anyway, you guys go to work and see how many of these misheard song lyrics you can actually correct me on. Indy, I know you're out there and I know you love to correct me. So anyway, you folks have at it, enjoy, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, well, in a few minutes. Peace.